my crafty and crochet friends. This is Travel Crochet and my name is Tracy. Welcome back to another episode. You will have seen, if you're a regular viewer, that I did skip Wednesday's video. There is a reason for that. And for those new subscribers, which I have had a few new ones recently, a bit of explanation, I guess. I actually had a workplace injury back in 2019-20, and as a result I have complex PTSD, panic disorder, depression, anxiety, all those above things. But a trait that I have personally, even before the injury, is I am a perfectionist. And when I was working in a job, I was the perfect employee until I wasn't. So I would always put 130% in. I would probably do the job of 4 people, always put my hand up to say, yeah, I could do that. And would do it, be able to do it until I couldn't. And then when I was working, it was usually in the form of I would get sick. I would need a couple of weeks off because I'd get really sick. Like I would end up with a sinus infection or a chest infection or the flu or, you know, something big that my body said, stop, you can't keep doing that. So as a result of my workplace injury, I don't work anymore. I cannot work. But that part of my personality doesn't go. But I have to learn to control that. But that is where my husband Chris, who is my full-time carer, also he lets me go a little bit, but then he has to pull me back and pull my reins and say, no, you have to stop. You need to slow down. You can't do this, because I just do this. Well, one, crochet is my therapy. It is actually therapy for me. It allows me to focus on one thing. It helps somewhat calm my mind down. I don't think that could ever happen completely because I'm always thinking of a million things at once, but it does help, and I'm focusing on one thing and not thinking about other things that I shouldn't be thinking about. So anyway, recently, people who have been watching me, I've started doing what I do and was doing way too much. I was doing 2 videos a week. Then I decided that I was going to write a pattern, and then I was going to organize a retreat for next year in 2026, which is still going to happen, by the way. That's not stopped. And then I decided to start this Crochet Roulette that we have going currently, which is fantastic, and it's up and running now, so it's all smooth now that is run. But I was deciding to do all these things, plus attend a market at least every fortnight. Sometimes it was if there was the 5th Sunday of the month, then there was the 1st Sunday the following week, and so I was trying to do all that plus market prepping, and it basically got to the point where the PTSD was majorly triggered. I was starting to get a lot of symptoms, having more nightmares, and basically my body said stop. So Wednesday I put up the post to say, you know, I need to look after my mental health. I need to sort out some things. So Chris and I have had lots of discussions, and I've had discussions with my psychologist, who I still see regularly, which is very important. Even when you think you are doing well and all that, it's always important to have that relationship with your person in your mental health team. But that's also a bit about what I want to promote in this channel as well. Not only crochet, but mental health awareness, where people can feel comfortable to ask questions or themselves feel comfortable about putting a comment about mental health and not feel like they're going to have any, lashback, or people think they're weird or wrong or whatever. There is no wrong questions in my books. And if there is anybody that ever leaves a comment that they shouldn't be, they are immediately taken away now. I won't even deal with it. So anyway, sidetracked. So the decision I have made now, or what we have as a team decided, that because this is not a business, this is, well, my therapy, but it's also my enjoyment. I enjoy crocheting. That what I'll do is continue to crochet what I want. Even if I start thinking, oh, that all sold out at the market, I need to replace that. No, I don't have to. I don't have to at all. If I never make it again, that's okay. So I've got to keep that in my mind. So we have made the decision that I am now only going to attend one market per month. And if it happens to rain or whatever, it's miserable that day and we don't end up going, well, that's fine. We'll go the next month. So then there's no pressure to have things made for, a fortnightly market. The other thing I have decided to do is I'm only going to do one video per week. So at the moment, because I'd set Crochet Roulette to like the announcement of spinning the wheels and knowing what we're crocheting for the following week, that was set for Sundays. So I'll keep it for Sundays, and showing the previous week's makes that people have sent in and what I've made, that'll be on Sundays as well. So I'll keep that for the 10 weeks that's going. Once that 10 weeks is up, I think I'll switch it to Wednesdays. So then if I feel like doing a YouTube live, which I don't have to do anything for, it's no work, I just press a button and say hi, I usually do those on Sundays. So that kind of leaves that open for the lives on Sundays for later on. So that's sort of, I don't know that there's anything else that I had to say, but yeah, I had to take the pressure off myself. And I do it to myself. It's nobody else's fault. I do it to myself. I have always done it. It's just now, well, for a while now, because of my mental health, I have to be extremely careful because I can go downhill extremely fast. And I was heading that way. I was extremely fast heading downhill, starting having panic attacks, nightmares, lots of symptoms, headaches every day, all day, lots of symptoms that tell me, or my body's telling me, slow down, stop it, go back to enjoying it. Which I haven't stopped enjoying it. I was just trying to do too much. Anyway, so Crochet Roulette is still going. I have actually, for the girls, for all the other channels that are part of this collaboration, I actually just one day spun all the wheels for each week. So everybody in the collaboration knows what's coming up, because people have got to plan their videos. Not everyone works the same, so some people need more time to prepare than others. So that is now in a folder that they can access for each week. They know what's coming up. They're able to prepare their videos and prepare what they need to do. So that is already done. I don't have to worry about doing that anymore. It's something else taken off my plate. And I can just sit and relax and enjoy this process and enjoy seeing what everyone's making for this crochet roulette. And can I say, for something that just sprung up in my mind, and I decided to invite 9 other YouTube channels, and I deliberately chose YouTube channels that were I think the highest number is Jenny at In My Spare Time Crochet. She's just over 4,000 subscribers, but all the rest of us is less than that. So we're smaller YouTube channels, and just wanted to do something together as a little community and just help each other out, I guess. But the response that we have had is amazing. I had to double check today, hoping that I've got everyone that has put up a post with the hashtag Crochet Roulette 2025. I've had to write a list. So I'll try, and I hope I haven't left anyone out. I am so sorry if I have. Let me know, and I'll definitely make sure that I make up for that in the next video and add that in. But so what I'm going to have to do, because there's so many, I need to be able to edit this and put the photo. I've taken a screenshot of everybody's make, and it will show their tag from Instagram in the photo. I just know editing wise, and I'm still not 100% great at the moment in my mental health. It's only been a week, so I'm still, you know, not 100%. I will tell you their names and what they've made, but if you see their link, their if you happen to see a pattern that you would like to make yourself, take a note of that, stop the video, take a note of it, and then go and find them on Instagram, and you can find out the details from them, what pattern they made or anything like that. So this might end up being quite a long video, I have a feeling. And that's without going into things that I've made for an entire week and some other updates as well. So you might want to get yourself a drink and something to crochet, and yeah, we're in for a bit. All right, so I will have to try and give myself time to also be able to put the photos in and not rush when I'm telling you the names as well. All right, first up, and this is in no particular order, it's just I was going through and trying to make sure that I had everyone, so no particular order. First on my list here is at Ottawise, who sent in a photo of her, and sorry, just to go back, remind everyone, last week's wheel spins was an Australian animal to be made with variegated yarn. So the first one up by Ottawise was a blue-tongued skink, which is the only skink that was entered, I don't know what you call it. It's not entering a competition or anything, but putting in their make. So thank you so much. And I don't know everybody's real name, so I apologize. I'll just have to go by your handles. So next up we have at Janelle.Bailey.77, and this one is a platypus. And some of the platypus patterns I've seen that people have made, I'm going to have to find those patterns myself because I love a good platypus pattern. All right, next up we have at what_the_plushie, so what the plushie, and we actually have two entries here, one of a parrot and one of a kangaroo. So far 4 different animals. Excuse me. Now the next one up is at sunflower_and_owl. Sunflower and owl. Now I was actually going to have my usual shout out to YouTube channels this week, but I am not going to have enough time. But please go and check out Sunflower and Owl, or Abby at Sunflower and Owl. She was going to be on my next shout out. I do want to mention her still. She has a great channel. She deserves way more subscribers than she has. But please go and check her out. I will try and remember to put her YouTube link in if I remember when I'm editing. Otherwise, go and look up Abby Sunflower and Owl on YouTube, and she deserves a whole lot more subscribers than what she's got. And she's just moving from working in acrylic yarn to more plush yarn, so it's good seeing that the way that she's sort of transferring over that way, but still making some items in acrylic as well. Anyway, Abby made a koala. Excuse me. Next up, we have at Smiling Goodness _studio, and a crocodile has been made there as well. So we're getting a variety of animals so far. Next up, at floss_crochet_creations, so at floss crochet creations, and we have another koala. Now, because I have to edit in the photos, I'd love to comment on your makes, but I know if I did that as well, this video will go for about 5 hours. But I really do appreciate everybody's effort, and everyone did a fantastic job. Next we have at Jackie.Jasper with another platypus. So we've had a few platypus entries this week, which is fantastic. And I'm sure our friends from over the water have done some researching on Australian animals. There might have been some that you didn't know about. Next up, we have at Delicate.Works, who has made a koala as well. I must say koala, I would say, would be the top entry, the most popular make for the week. Then next up we have at Connie.the.Crocheter, Connie the Crocheter. So I tried to say it the way it's written, but then I'll try and say it to make sense. And we have another koala, so very popular. Next up we have at Cottonwood Craft, and we have another crocodile. So we have our second crocodile, which is great. And I must say too that some of the ones that I had to take a screenshot of were like off little videos. I know I couldn't include the videos because they had audio, and the audio would be copyrighted on YouTube. So I've just had to take a screenshot, and I tried to do my best and get a good photo from those. All right, next up we have at Treens.Treasures, and that one is a koala in overalls. So thank you. Another koala. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 koalas so far. Then next up we have Not Happy Crochet, but spelt Knot. I love that name. And we have another platypus entry. What are we up to with platypus? 1, 2, our third platypus. Next up we have at 82p Nina with 3 squishy baby spiders. Now I know Christine from What's Up Cupcake will not be liking spider entries. She does not like spiders at all. But they are very cute. Your makes were very cute. 3 squishy baby spiders. They were. You'll be able to see the yarn that's sort of furry, fluffy. It makes them look even hairier. Next we have at Steph3_crochets with another koala entry. Fantastic seeing all these amazing koalas. And for our friends over the water, you'll hear a lot of people say koala bear. That is actually incorrect. It is only koala. It's sort of like saying, I don't know how else to put it. A shark. It's a koala is a type of bear, but you don't call it a koala bear. Hard to explain. Anyway. Next up we have at Helen Kirkham, and Helen made a gorgeous kangaroo and Joey, and I am going to be searching to see if Helen had mentioned what pattern she used, because I really like that pattern, and that would have been a lot of work. So we appreciate that. Next up, we have at Tamara Crochet. I hope I said that correctly. With a frilled neck lizard. Our first frilled neck lizard. Excuse me, I'm talking so much I'm going to lose my voice. Okay, next up we have at loved.handcrafts. And we have our first red back spider. Another spider, Christine. And I love the way the photos, I believe it's Louise, the photos Louise took of this redback spider with, I don't know how she got that web in the background, if it's AI or she had some sort of Halloween decoration or something, but it looks fantastic. And we have next at moonpaw.makes, we have another platypus. So definitely platypus, koala and kangaroo are getting up there. Next up, we have Mel_likes to crochet. I love that name. With 2 entries actually, a frilled neck lizard, so our second frilled neck lizard, and a koala. Next up, we have at Space for Sunflowers. Oh no, I do remember this one. This was a brilliant video that was put up, and I had tried my best to get a screenshot that showed the spiders as best as I could. I know one was called Charlotte, like Charlotte's Web. I can't remember the name of the other one in it, but yeah, another entry, the spider, the way she had the yarn hanging out of its butt and going down. It was really good, very well done. So if you go onto her Instagram, you can see her video that she put up. Next up, we have at Can Crochet, K-A-N, with another koala. Next up, we have Thea Crochet Beast, and that name has stuck and we love it. Thea has actually put in 2, well, technically 3 entries. Thea actually made the red and blue Travelers, which is my new pattern, which I am, by the way, hopeless at promoting. So I do have my new pattern out. I should get them in a minute and remind you what they look like, although you can be able to see Thea's here anyway. So they are a red and blue healer, obviously. So that was one of her entries with, she did do one or some in variegated yarn. And her other entry, which in both of these, Thea did fantastic videos, but again, I can't put them up because I'll be copyrighted. And the other one was a crocodile, variegated crocodile, and it was a really good video as well. So thank you, Thea. Next up, we have at Made by Trisha Morgan. And this is the only wombat that I have seen so far in the entries. So that was a unique one, which was interesting. And I loved it. That really looked like a wombat. It was great. And next up we have at So Precious _art, and so as in S-E-W, sewing, precious art. So people come up with amazing names. And we have 2 entries here as well, a kangaroo and a koala. Next up, we have at Devon Crafts _3754. We have the Australian Dugong, and that is another unique entry. And there's been a couple made with acrylic as well, which was great to see. And last but certainly not least, out of this list anyway, because I've still got to show what I made, is at Randomly Dana. I hope I said that correctly. And we have another koala. So thank you so much. I am overwhelmed with the response, actually, and surprised that 10 not so big YouTube channels could get something like this going, and people have actually been making things for the challenge. So thank you. I really appreciate everyone who made the effort to make something to suit last week's theme. Before I show you the spinning wheels for next week's theme and colour, I'll show you what I made. So what was the first? Oh, the first thing I made was this sugar glider. Actually, was a pretty quick make actually. So I bought this off Etsy. I have spent way too much time on Etsy this week, but that's okay. I use this beautiful variegated yarn I got from Mill Ends at Spotlight. I have no idea what it is. I'm assuming it would be some sort of Burnett blanket something. Now I actually have printed here. The designer is Sky Stitched Creations off Etsy. Now mine obviously will be linked in the description of where I got the pattern from, but very quick, easy make. You make the wings separately and sew them on. The ears are actually made separately and sewn on, and you sort of crochet this stripe, which it just happened to be that I managed to get a bit of the variegated yarn that was a darker colour, so the stripe stood out, and the sides of the wings as well, which was really good. And I just gave him a little pink nose, so when I looked up sugar gliders, they have a bright pink nose. So that was the first make I made for it. Then I couldn't miss out and not make a koala myself in overalls. And when I do have this one at the market, especially with the pink or purple with the bows in their hair, sells every time. So I decided to do that one. Now this one is the free Instagram pattern by, I think, Crochet, where are we? Crochet by Lila. Crochet by Lila is that one. That would be in the description. And then my last one, I made a frilled-leg lizard as well, but I just bought this new variegated yarn, and to me it made it look very indigenous, like Aboriginal, kind of what you would see an Aboriginal painting or art form in. So, but I love this pattern actually. It was reasonably quick to make. I did have to adjust where I did the legs, where they came out, because I think they were going to end up sort of half on the head and just tension. That's all it would be. But yeah, I love this guy, and I love this color. Looks really good, because I struggle, and I'm sure lots of people struggle what to make with variegated yarn, so this challenge was good for that. And you may, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear that, we have the squeaky thing going on the roof again because it's a bit windy outside and it needs to be repaired, but it's the thing that lets out heat. It's a little whirly thing on the roof and it makes terrible noise when it's windy. All right, so now what I'll do is I will stop here and show you the spins for next week, and then I'll come back. Okay, so you can see next week's challenge for week 2 is farm animals, and brown is the color to use. So we actually have a reasonably easy week next week, so we don't have to think too hard. So bring on all the brown farm animals, and I hope you, if you couldn't make something for the first week or couldn't figure out something to make out of variegated yarn, hopefully you may be enticed with just the colour brown and farm animals. So we'd love to see your makes. Again, if you're on Instagram, you just put in the hashtag Crochet Roulette 2025 and that pops up. If I don't, shush cars. If I don't happen to see it straight away, I can just search that hashtag and all the posts come up with that hashtag in it, which makes it really easy. Or you can tag me, myself in it. You can send me an email with a photo of your make to travelcrochetau@gmail.com. Or you can post it to my Facebook page, which is also Travel Crochet. So there we go. That is week 1 done. We are set for week 2. Now we can go into what I've made because I actually have a week's worth of makes. But before I do that, I actually had an order finally come in. Oh, I try not to make too much noise. Sorry. So, something that I had ordered that will hopefully stop Turtle Lady in her tracks. And if new subscribers don't know about Turtle Lady, I won't rehash it, but I have about 3 or 4 videos on the situation. But I have had these buttons made. Is it going to focus? There we go. So these say handmade and Travel Crochet on them. And I've done one as an example on one of my jumping spiders. I have hot glued it to there. So it is not coming off at all. It is stuck. So if she wants to resell my items, she is going to have to wreck that to get that off if she wants to keep saying that she is the creator of these items. And plus it also gives, you know, the extra handmade vibe, whatever, to it, but people can remember who made it, and it is definitely handmade. I'm going to just try and place it in places on everything that I make, absolutely everything. They are a little bit bigger than what I thought they were going to be, but that's okay. But try and put it in places that's not going to stop them from sitting or whatever. But that is going to be on every single item that I make and sell. So yeah, she would literally have to cut that off. Or if she managed to get it off, there would be horrible hot glue mess left behind, which you wouldn't want to sell. So that is what I've done there to try and prevent that situation from continuing. All right, now the other makes, I'm trying to remember what I made first. What did I make first? Oh, and the other day we were out, so I deliberately got a can. I've washed it out so no ants can decide to make a home in it, to show sizes of things. Like Robin has started the trend now. I think this one was, yeah, I'll get that out of the way. This one was my first make, I believe. So I watch what's her name? Oh my god, Crafty Kate, and Kate often makes Dilks, the dragon, and I always thought, oh, it looks so cute. So I finally bought Dilks 2.0, the pattern, and I made him. Now he is cute, but I don't think he looks like what Kate normally comes up with. I don't know if it's the yarn or what. He is cute. He does actually stand up on his feet and the tail supports him, which is good. But for the size that he ends up, so hang on. So he's just a little taller than a can. It's a lot of work. So the legs are created separately and sewn on. The arms are separate, sewn on. Wings are separate, sewn on. Ears, separate, sewn on. And there was an option about making horns that were from acrylic, and I just decided to do bubble stitches, surface crochet bubble stitches instead. Then you're surface crocheting the back spine thing. So for, oh, and sew the head onto the body. But that was a lot of work for something that ends up this small. I don't think I will make him again, to be honest. Well, definitely not in this size yarn. This was Zaddy Crafts yarn, and I use a 5.5mm hook. But I don't know how much bigger it would be in the blanket yarn. Maybe a bit, but yeah, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed, I think, in the end. Yeah. Anyway, I think I used 14mm eyes in him. Yeah, with the 5.5mm hook. So that is Dilks, and that is by Jodie's Yarn on Etsy. So that's that one. Then what did I go on to next? Trying to remember. In between the variegated yarn ones, I think, oh, that's right, I went up to these guys. So then for ages, you know, pretty much everything I made this week was new patterns other than the koala in overalls. Everything else was brand new to me. And I'd had this pattern saved forever from Instagram. So it's a free Instagram pattern, and it is the little rubber ducky. And I made one, and I thought, oh, I like that. That was pretty quick. So then I made a navy blue one, and then I made a pink one, and then I made a red one. So I'm finding things to do with red yarn. I was going to go and make a green one, but then I moved on to something else. So there we go. We have 4 rubber dogs. And this is a free pattern by Amateur Hour on Instagram. So 4 of those. Put those beside me. Then I thought, all right, Dilks was a little disappointing to what my expectations were. So then I thought I would try out the dragon. That's the free Instagram pattern that everyone's been showing. That's Spark by Dr. Choco _crochet. And I don't know, maybe I'm just out of my dragon era or something. Or it might be the colours I chose maybe. But I am not overly fussed with the bobble feet. I don't think that suits the dragon, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm just not overly fussed. It's probably the colours I chose. I don't know. I chose like lemonade colours. Anyway, yeah, free pattern. It was reasonably fast. At least this one was the head, the body was all one piece. So no extra sewing there. You do make the ears and sew them on. The horn things were crocheted in. The wings are made separate, sewn on, and then you just do the surface crocheting of the spine. But I don't know, maybe I'm getting over my dragon era. I don't know what it is. But I mean, I've seen other people's and I thought they were really cute, so I don't know. So I've been inspired by people to get these patterns, and then I've made them and went, okay. Oh, now I didn't say before, sorry, that this pattern, the frilled neck lizard, was by Crochet with Hayley 25 on Etsy. And I did like this pattern. It's all one piece, it's a no-sew. Even the frills are as you go around in the round and the legs and everything. So yeah, I do like this pattern. I think he is great. Right, moving on. Then I went, and it was another pattern that I'd saved from Instagram, so another free Instagram pattern. I'd had this saved for quite a while, and it was funny, I was actually finally started making it, and then I saw this one in the background. Who was it? Oh, Coco's Crochet. Is it Coco's Crochet? I think that's the name of a channel. I always forget because there's two. There's a Cocoa Beans Crochet and a Coco's Crochet. It confuses me every time. Anyway, here we have Chef Rat, or Rat Chef is what it's called, but I just think of Ratatouille, and I think it's gorgeous. And I thought the pattern was so good, so straight away I made a second one because I just loved it. So I gave one blue eyes and one pink eyes. But I attached his spoon. There is no instructions to actually attach the spoon, but I thought that would get lost. So he's got that attached. So what do I made this out of Zaddy Crafts yarn with the 5.5mm hook. I think I put 18mm eyes. The nose is made separately and sewn on. The actual head body piece is one. The arms are made first and crocheted in the round. The ears are sewn on, I think. And the hat is made separately and sewn on. The tail is in the round, I'm pretty sure. And the feet is in the round, the bubbles. I really love this pattern. I think he turns out so cute. I love it. I absolutely love it. And yeah, you don't generally see me make multiple straight away, but 2 straight away. And same as this rubber ducks to make 4 straight away. You know I like the pattern when I do that. Oopsie, I'm dropping my piece of paper now. So did I say who it was by? Rat Chef is by Crochets _ by Liza, and that will be in the description. So I am happy with those 2. Then what did I make next? Oh, so this one is not going to be for sale. This one is going to be my mascot and sit behind me. So this is the 8-winged phoenix. Now the phoenix for me has a lot of meaning. I'll stand up to show this. So I have actually a phoenix tattooed on my arm, and that is representing my mental health journey. And I had that done after I'd come out of a very dark part of my journey. So when I saw this pattern, I had to get it and make it for myself. The only thing, I probably will make it again. I'd gotten from my Australian friends the Halloween yarn that's out at the moment. This orange is so thick, like so thick. So I had to end up putting this wing in the middle and the other ones around it because I couldn't put them together because it was just too thick. And I did size up to a size 7 hook, but I couldn't go any more than that because these ones just would have been too out of proportion. But I still think it's gorgeous. I did get some actual other orange blanket yarn in the mill ends the other day, so I'll probably make another version. So what you do is you make the head first, then you make his beak, The hair was, all the feathers in the hair was last. I used 30mm safety eyes in the reddish color. This was, yeah, I ended up using a size 7 hook just because I needed it for this to not look silly. Pretty much all of it is either Motivera blanket yarn is the black, the orange is this really thick stuff that was from the Halloween spooky yarn that's just been released. The yellow was actually Portercraft yarn, and the red was actually from Millions, so it's a big mix. Oh, and the variegated, I love this color. This was also Portercraft variegated yarn. So you make the one toe, second toe, and then join them together for the feet. The head's one piece, body's separate, one piece, sew together, and then you make 8 separate wings and sew them on. And then you have this tail where you sort of create 3 of the pieces and then join them together. I did a few extra rounds to make it a little bit longer. To me, it sort of looked a bit short, so added that. But yeah, he's going to be my mascot up behind me. I might change him out if I end up making the other one with the thinner orange yarn yet, but for the moment, this one will be remaining with me. All right, then we have 3 more to go. Told you it was going to be a longer video. I haven't even been showing you the can. Oh, hang on, I'll show you my can, the size. So, hard to do. So, reasonably large size, so sort of 2 cans worth. Yeah, pretty big. Anyway, next up, I have been influenced again by Nicole from Be a Flamingo. If you haven't checked out her channel yet, you need to. You do. She is hilarious. So I decided from watching Nicole's videos that I needed to make some mushrooms because hers look so good. So I checked out her Google Doc and went to Etsy and purchased this particular mushroom pack. So this is the Shroom Squad, but I've actually put it as Mushroom Squad because I'm probably not going to remember Shroom Squad. So this is the first one. So I've made it in blanket yarn, so it's turned out fairly large. So probably 2 cans worth. So you make the first bit, and then it's all sort of ends up being one piece, or the red is separate and then you join it to this under piece, but it's sort of all ends up being one piece. No actual sewing, you just crocheted them together. So I think this is so cute and so unique. So I used this is blanket yarn, Motivera, and the red is what I got from the Millions, and I used a 6mm hook. I would be using a 6.5 if I could find it, but I cannot find it. So I'm kind of struggling and hurting my hand at the moment with the 6mm. I'm gonna have to get another 6.5mm because I really need to go up that 1/2 mil because it's just that little bit tough on my hands. And then the second guy from the same pack is this one, and I think this one might be my favorite out of them. So cute. Just the little feet, it's just so cute. So Nicole is so right, and just the little eyes. Also using, I've run out of the 14mm eyes now. I think there's 16mm eyes, but they're sinker eyes, so you sort of lose half of the edge around them in it. And then the last one in the pack is this guy. Again, it's so cute, and what colour did I put around them? Most of the outside's sort of missing. It's a light pink, but you can only really see the black because they're sunk in so far. And yeah, it's so unique. Again, all one piece. So I have been influenced, and I like, and I'll continue to make. And I just bought the new Christmas yarn that's come out at Spotlight, and I deliberately didn't buy the red, thinking I never know what to make with red. I won't buy the red, but now I need to buy the red because I want to make mushrooms. I want to make this guy. So I think this trio is absolutely adorable, and I think Nicole's been making hers in chenille, so hers are a little bit smaller, I think. But I like the size these guys turn out. So the smallest one, he's still, you know, still bigger than a can, so it's a decent size, and I love them. I think they're great. They don't take too long to make up, and I think it's fantastic. So the pattern there is, so it is called the Shroom Squad, but I'll have it listed as Mushroom Squad by, I'm not sure how to pronounce this correctly, Iris's Isle? I don't know, I'm sorry. Yes, but I have been on a bit of a Etsy kick, as the girls in the Crochet Roulette group chat that we have has seen. I have bought quite a few patterns, and I bought some that we have the first day of spring tomorrow, so I've bought some patterns to match the new season, so that will come up in next week's video. But that is it, and this is a long video as it is, and now I need to edit because I have a whole heap of photos to put in. Hang on, I have got to read my list here. I've spun for next week, shown everything, shown my buttons, shown my makes. Now I will try and remember, as I said, try and link in Abby at Abby Sunflower and Owl. I believe that's her YouTube name. To link that for you to go and check out as my YouTube channel shout out today. I normally do 2, but because this has been so long and I'm already linking a lot and having to do a lot in editing, my brain, you know, I'm being good. I'm not going to do too much. Oh yeah, and I tried to dye my hair blue yesterday, but that failed. It already looks like it's half faded when it was only done yesterday. So blue doesn't work on grey blonde at all, and didn't go anything at the back at all. So the next one attempt might be purple, to see if that works, because this didn't. So yeah, I'm a bit rather disappointed with that one. You've probably been thinking about that the whole video and I just forgot about it. Anyway, that is enough of me rambling. We shall see you next Sunday, so it will be weekly now. If I happen to feel like it, I may do a live here and there, but I'm not going to schedule anything. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. If I don't feel like it, well, that's okay. If I do, you'll just see it pop up one day and I'll be live. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed. I hope, generally people tell me they like the longer videos, so hopefully this worked out that way for you. If not, I'm sorry. That's the way it's going to be. I am going to ensure that I look after my mental health, and Chris is going to keep me in check. All right then, thank you so much everyone. And at the end I will pop here the little thank you to my members who are supporting this channel, that I really appreciate. And thank you so much, and we shall see you next Sunday. Bye guys.